Hi y'all, welcome back. We're going to be continuing this crazy story. Things are getting pretty interesting. We kind of got to see what happened with Michiyo the last time. Basically that she was hit by a car and it was not a suicide. That's what I'm gleaning from that anyway. Because she had been... Basically, I'm just not sure why she was hit by a car, if it was an accident or if it was purposeful. We will soon be finding out. So let's go ahead and continue. Time for Haruhi. Dead or alive? Haruhi and Richter visit Michiyo's home, having determined her to be a key player in the unresolved kidnapping case from a year before. As the complicated story begins to unravel, they encounter two men. Allow me to introduce one of our country's most elite detectives. The name's Junario. I'd hardly call myself elite, but either way, it's nice to meet you. This here is the brilliant Chief Inspector Tsutsumi, and yes, he's just as rough and tumble as he looks. Sometimes I really don't know if you're complimenting me or putting me down. So, you two are detectives? This is my client, Mrs. Haruhi Shigima. Her father's a big deal in the police himself, so remember to mind your manners. A bigwig named Shigima? Boss, you know of this guy? Shit, I've heard the name, but I don't keep track of who's who in the upper echelons. There's no need to worry. I am my own person after all, and my father has nothing to do with any of this. Ooh, did you hear that, boss? Looks like you're getting off easy this time. Don't make it sound like I'm involved in some shady business. It ain't like that. You both seem rather jovial despite being detectives. How rare. All the police officers I've met have always been so dull. Well, you won't find any dull cops here. We'll round up all your criminals with a smile. That's our motto. Oh, lovely. Keep it up. Just hold on one second. This is the first time hearing of that. Well, you're right about them not being your typical detectives. Damn, there was one here? Lucky! That's number 12. The Royal King Penguin. Oh, King Penguin. Oh my god. Oh, that's so? Yes, King Penguin. King Penguin. Alright, we're moving along. I guess knowing how to deal with cops is also part of an investigator's job. Not quite. The two of us used to be comrades is all. Comrades? That's right. Richter used to be part of the police force himself. He quit a few years ago to go solo. Is that so? You should give it a try, Ario. There's more freedom in working as a private investigator. I can't say much for the quality of life, though. It's been 2 years, right? I hadn't heard of you since you quit. I didn't think your business would last, but here you are. You sure you don't want to return to the force? We take you back with open arms. But to sit on my ass and watch the birds fly, I'll take a pass. I don't belong in that world. Come on, Richter. We need your talent. The public needs you. Nah, you don't. This is my calling. The police will manage just fine without me. I'll keep on trying. I'll keep on tying up all your loose ends, saving the little birdies you abandoned. I can't believe you were actually part of the police force once. There's a story behind everything, ma'am. I don't regret my time on the force. I wouldn't have the connections I have today without it. What brings you here, Richter? You on a case? That's right. I'm picking up the police's slack. I trust you remember the kidnapping and murder case from last year? Oh, I remember that. You're that Haruo Shikima from the kidnapping case. Huh? Did I miss something? Don't be an idiot. It was the case where Munesada Shikima's grandson was kidnapped. Which must have been your son, ma'am. Oh, indeed. The story was suppressed by the news. In the end, it was considered a huge failure on the police department's part. Most of the investigation was conducted in secret. And unfortunately, the department is unwilling to reopen the case. Any investigation carried out afterward turned up nothing at all, which is now why I'm on the job. So, they never caught the culprit, huh? That's rough. So your findings have brought you to this place then? That's right. An individual connected to the case used to live around here. Used to? That's right. As of last week, they're deceased. We'd hoped to talk to the family. No one was home when I checked last time, so we figured we'd try again. Interesting. It sure doesn't look good on the police to be mishandling cases like these. If there really was a culprit, it should be our responsibility to bring them to justice. Well, I do consider the police my people. So you consider the blame to be shared. You've got a stern side as well, I see. It sure... Oh. Okay, he's just gonna say that. Alright. By the way, ma'am, this might be sudden, but there's something I'd like to confirm with you. And that is? Do you happen to know anything about the 7 mysteries of Honjo? Sorry, Chief, but that's hardly... With all due respect, investigator, I think my question was addressed to the lady. If you insist. What do you say, ma'am? Can you tell us anything? I've heard of the 7 mysteries, but this talk of curses eludes me. Is that so? Well, I'm sorry for the intrusion. Okay. Come to think of it, I heard some things about this area last night. Something about a strange and conspicuous man dressed in white loitering around. Wait a second. I assume they were talking about you, investigator. Well, I don't argue that I'm strange and conspicuously dressed in white. As it turns out, I was here last night to conduct my investigation. Did you run into anything strange or out of the ordinary? Out of the ordinary? I guess I did observe a few suspicious characters. You were asking about curses just now. Why would a public servant be interested in the occult? Boss, Richter's a smart man. He can help us if we tell him what we know. I can't promise I'll be of any help to you, but I'm interested in hearing what you have to say. Something is happening in Honjo, isn't there? It must be something big if they've got you, head office guys, on it. Well, I guess it's alright. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Thank you, boss. Listen closely to what we're about to say, Richter. Huh. So by using curses to commit murders, these people collect soul dregs who perform the rite of resurrection. And these curse stones are somehow connected to the 7 mysteries of Honjo. It's a tough story to swallow, but I don't see a reason to doubt you either. We figure the strange occurrences happening around here recently are connected to these curses. To get this situation under control, we've been searching for the curse bearers to confiscate their curse stones. Do you have any information that might help us? That's tough. I've never expected curses and other mumbo jumbo to play into this all. But if we're talking shady characters, there was this middle-aged fellow I saw on South Warigesui Street. He had an average build. He was anxious, like he was searching for prey. Boss, what do you think? Well, considering the location, it could have been Hideki Araishi. We already got his curse stone. Impressive. You two are working quick. Did you see anything else? Not that I can remember. That's a shame. You see any characters who look like they might be carrying our curse stone? It'd be a huge help if you let us know. Absolutely. I'll let you know if I find anything. Richter, perhaps you could lend a hand on our case too? There's a number of people we can't track, and finding missing persons happens to be your specialty, no? I hate to disappoint you, but I'm busy enough with this case. The faith of my clients is what keeps me afloat. I have to prioritize requests by the order in which they come. I see. Well, can't say that's not fair. What do you need? What do you need a private investigator for anyway? The cops should have plenty of bright folks to throw at the job. True, but this isn't an ordinary case we're dealing with here. Oh. Huh? By the way, that reminds me, Richter. Yes? You said the person who used to live here died last week. You wouldn't be referring to Michiyo Shiraisi by chance. You knew? I thought so. It seems like we're here for the same reason then. Seriously? Michiyo was involved with curses and magic? Strictly speaking, the curse part isn't our concern. We're looking into Yoshimi's case. Yoshimi? Oh, right. Hajime Yoshimi's. That's right. He died on the job. I'm sure you've heard of it. I heard. It was a most unfortunate loss. So, there's a connection between Hajime Yoshimi and the juvenile division and Michiyo. Well, hold on. Let's focus on Michiyo for a second. You think she had something to do with the kidnapping? Talk about unforeseen developments. Exchanging information should prove mutually beneficial. I'll tell you what I know, but in turn, I want the full scoop on your findings concerning Michiyo. Sure, to tell the truth. What? You believe Michiyo's ghost is the one who killed Mr. Jonouchi? So he wasn't just mumbling nonsense? I mean, we haven't fully confirmed anything yet, but the testimonies we've heard and the evidence we found point in that direction. Testimony? You mean from those, psychic high schoolers? Didn't they also say there was a chance Michiyo hadn't killed herself? Wait, if that's all true then. Did you figure something out? Kankichiro Awai! Huh? Kankichiro Awai! He'll be the next victim. We have to open the door to the Shiraishi's house. We need to look inside. Hey, what's gotten into you? Oh, the stepdad? Yeah, stepdad. Boss? I'm sure the landlord would give us the key if we asked. Screw that! You know how long that would take? We can ask for permission later. Richter? Hey, Richter, calm down. We can't just... Oh, yes, he can. Take that, you shitty door. That's how you do it. Richter, get a hold of yourself. I see you're still the same as always. Everyone, come quick. Look at this. Whoa, what's up with this room? Boss, there's a dead body in here. Whoa, could that be Michiyo's dad? Nah, it's her stepdad at best, if that. It's gotta be the body of Konkichiru Iwai. There's no doubt about it. This man's a goner. He's gotten real messed up. Looks like he's been like this for a while. I'd say it happened last night. Aria, did you find Junouchi's body in the same state? Now that you mention it, it looked as though Kohei Junouchi had died from a number of heavy blows. What are you suggesting, investigator? It was Michiyo Shiraishi. She's alive. She used the power of the curses to get back at the men who ruined her life. That's ridiculous. You're suggesting she actually revived? It's gotta be that. And if she's alive, then... Oh, hello, we haven't seen you in a while. My apologies for interrupting. I know we've just arrived at an interesting plot point. But do you really think a dead girl is going around taking revenge from beyond the grave? Consider this. What if Michiyo Shiraishi never died? But seeing as you've come this far, I'm sure you already know the truth, don't you? And so, I would have you answer me a question. Where in Honjo was Michiyo Shiraishi at the hour of 8 o'clock this morning? So, I was thinking about this, and so there's something interesting about Yako. And it's either that Yako has been possessed by Michiyo, which is very likely, or at least she's being influenced by her, or Michiyo is posing as Yako. And Yako actually, I don't know. But she seemed to be in kind of like these disassociative states, so I'm thinking that she's not, I'm thinking that she may be dead, but her spirit's going around doing something. I don't know. But if I had to guess, nope. It's the candy shop because that's where Mio and Yako met up, and Yako was like out of it. That's what I think anyway. I see. Very well. Oh boy. It's just not gonna give me confirmation at all. Alright. As expected, you got it in one go. Thank you. Well, the cause of death was such, was it not? You must have noticed some time ago. What? The cause of death was such, was it not? What? Well, let's get back to the story then, shall we? I've taken up enough of your time. What? You really think Michiyo Shiraishi is alive? Just think it through and it all becomes obvious. It tracks, but do you really think that girl could have managed all of this? First of all, Ariel, go report this to HQ. Understood. I'll get on it right away. I'll start investigating this place. It sure isn't lacking in stuff that needs a looking at. First of all, what are all these creepy faces? That's Najima. That's gotta be Najima. It has to be him. That's fucking weird. There's a bunch of photos of the same person pasted on the wall over there. Oh, that's hot way saying that. Huh? Whoa, now hold on. These photos. These are all of Fumichika Nejima. Gross. Yeah, pretty gross. Really? Really? Come to think of it, he was in the papers a lot back in the day. Oh, there are even more pasted up over here. These are all cutouts from newspapers and magazines about the Najima murders. I don't get it. Why the weirdo shrine? Let's keep looking around. It's the same man in every picture. Is that Fumichika Nejima? Wow, this is quite the spectacle. I don't think I'll ever manage to erase this from my mind. Don't worry, Richter. You're quite the spectacle yourself. Do you mean to compare me with the likes of a bizarre criminal? Still with the freaking jokes, even at the time like this. This is fucking weird. Look at these. Pictures of Fumichika Nejima cut out from newspapers and magazines. Whoever put these up was obsessed. I wonder what their intent was. You think the Shuichis are somehow connected to the Nejima's case? Perhaps they did this as not to forget a grudge or something. It's crazy to think Najima might be involved in all of this too. Do you think he might have anything to do with the body here? Maybe. The man's already out on parole. He's a curse bearer with a cursed stone now. He announced that from sundown today, he's going on a killing spree. Oh dear. There's an emergency search underway as we speak, but no one's yet managed to get a hold of the bastard. So he hasn't changed his ways. That doesn't bode well. To tell you the truth, the lady here isn't completely unconnected from the Najima murders either. You don't say. That's right. We talked about it last night. 20 years ago, I found the hand in Sumida River that brought the incident to light. You don't say. You were the kid from back then? You were really brave. You did a great deed. You were the detective I spoke with? I had no idea. So, you two have met before. Fancy that. I've been worried that Fumichika Nejima might bear resentment towards you, ma'am. You might be right. Unfortunately, that asshole is quite the resentful type. Oh dear. That asshole. I wonder who put the idea into his head. And now he's got the one-sided read, too. He's threatening to massacre the people of Honjo at sundown. Seriously? On top of that, he's been itching to get revenge on me as well. Of all things, the man's gone and threatened to kill my daughter. Damn, that's quite the threat. Certainly you can't afford to stay put here. The fucker wants to get us all antsy. When I finally get to arresting him, it'll be with a cool head. Not gonna give him the pleasure, huh? Well, if Iwai and Fumichika Nejima have anything to do with each other, then this room might hold a clue to Nejima's location. Let's hope so. There's nothing around to confirm his identity. By the looks of him, I'd say he's Kankichiro Iwai. You've seen him before? I heard he had a criminal record, so I assumed he wouldn't have held a respectable occupation. Is this what a curse does to a person? Ma'am, it'd be better not to look so closely. It's amazing. Cruel is what it is. These aren't just from publications. They even snapped a number of shots of their own. Ooh. They must have admired him. Why else would they have collected so many pictures? Whatever the case, it's certain they were obsessed. With the window and storm shutter closed, no light gets in here at all. It's pitch black. The neighbors mentioned they started to keep the house shut like this not long ago. This sliding door leads to the kitchen. It barely fits the frame. This drawer is really old. Chief Inspector, do you mind if I look inside? Huh? I mean, in normal cases, only the police would be allowed to touch things, right? Right. Ario isn't here, so let me take a look at it. There's just clothes in here. Not much variety either. Can't say they were big spenders. Well, I was hoping to find a kind of talisman here, but I guess we're not so lucky. I see. Thank you anyway. It's off-putting to look at, but I can't help but wonder what in the world this is. They're magic runes. They're used in Western black magic rituals. Huh? Most of the time, they're useless imitations, though. I wouldn't get too excited about it. Western black magic in a Japanese occult game? Okay. Oh my, who knew the Chief Inspector was such an expert on the occult? I just chanced upon that information. That girl with the spirit sense we mentioned, she's pretty informed on the subject. Someone was attempting to perform Western black magic in this place. Pretty absurd if you ask me. Yeah, kind of. Of course, the person in question was dead serious about it all. Dead serious. It looks like the things spread around here have been like this for a while now. This ritual, or whatever, was something he attempted up to recently. Plenty of the neighbors mentioned having heard chant strange mantra-like noises coming from here during the night. You think Iwai was the one chanting? Hard to say. Could have been one of the Shuichis as well. If you look through these books in the back, we might learn whatever it is they were trying to do. What do you say, Chief? Would you let me look through it if I wore gloves? Well, it's not like I'm any help with foreign languages. Go ahead. Thank you. Huh. This seems to be a book on Western black magic. Why was that so hard for me? The same runes are written here, alongside detailed descriptions of the procedures. I suppose you'd call these grimoires. It's all a bunch of nonsense if you ask me, though. You think this Iwai guy was studying them, perhaps to perform some kind of ritual? There are a bunch of handwritten notes beside the grimoires. Whoever it was, they were serious about this. Iwai doesn't look the type to be into this stuff, but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But why would he be studying black magic? According to the materials, this here rune is for the restoration of youth. Perhaps he was trying to become young again. This over here seems to be black magic related to resurrection. Each one of these spells requires a human sacrifice. Talk about dangerous. Resurrection, like the right? I guess no matter what part of the world, people will turn to the occult for similar reasons. What is it? This looks like a journal. It's probably Iwai's. A journal? His writing is surprisingly thorough. It's almost as if he was writing a report for someone. Oh wow, now this is something. What is it? What did he write? This is quite the find. Let me give you a summary. So, This Kankichiro Iwai fellow, he'd been searching for a spell to restore youth for years. So, he was into black magic from the start? He believed he could learn to successfully perform the spell. He could then use it to earn a fortune. Oh, he believed if he could. To tell you the truth, it seems he was already getting funded after he acquired this grimoire. You don't say. This is starting to sound kind of familiar. Wait a minute. Hihaku soaps. I don't know. They also do cosmetics and youth restoration, right? But first, let's find out how he got his hands on this grimoire. It seems that Najima told him where he could obtain the book when they were both in prison. What? That's nearly too much of a coincidence. Likely not a coincidence. It seems like Iwai took an interest in the Najima murders after it made the news. He admired him rather passionately. You might even say he worshipped the man. Worship? Najima of all people? This was a time when students were itching to rebel. Anyone who did something to shake the world was bound to gather admirers. Iwai had been collecting these photos ever since that time. And since he just so happened to land in prison at the same time as Najima, he made sure to get in contact. This is a lot. I mean, even having it all laid out like this, the thought of Najima being involved with these grimoires is staggering. I don't think we ever had anything pointing to that. What's the connection? To be honest, it's a shock to me too. For years, we've been scratching our heads over the motives behind the Najima murders. Yep, it's been a mystery to us all from the very start. Whoa now, wait just 1 minute. Do you think? No way. Are you saying? That's right. The murders might have been for a ritual. He was attempting to perform black magic. The instructions written down for the sacrificial offering match up exactly with the acts carried out by Najima. You've gotta be kidding me! So that sadistic crap he was doing was all for black magic? That's what the evidence suggests. However, Najima tried to do some type of resurrection ritual, but Iwai had different motives. Chief Inspector, you might think this is all the stuff of fantasy, but that doesn't refute that Najima and Iwai were both acting in earnest. This is batshit insane. You're telling me that nutjob did this all for some hokey-pokey resurrection? Shit, resurrection. That means there must have been someone Najima wanted to bring back to life. Damn, that's it. That has to be it. Fucking hell. It all makes sense now. What? What is it? So, about the Najima murders. There's some information that's been kept from the public. Go on. When we broke into his house and arrested him, we also found a baby. A baby? It was a girl, looked to be about 6 months old, but she was covered in filth. She looked so weak and sickly. We called the medics right away. If we were a second later, I'm sure the girl would have died. So, was Najima the father? He told us he'd found her under a bridge. He found her. Was she abandoned? I've heard of parents threatening to leave their child under a bridge as a threat. I just think it really happens. I suppose there are those cases with the dead newborns found stuffed in coin lockers, so it's not without precedent. Coin lockers. Whatever the case, we never found out the truth. But there's one rumor from back then that I could never get out of my mind. And it's starting to sound more likely now. Well, I'm sure this isn't the first time you've heard of it. Many believe Nejima's guilty of more crimes than what got him convicted. Back then, a lot of girls went missing. Yeah, I remember all that. Among the high school girls that might have been murdered, or maybe I should say sacrificed, was a girl who was pregnant. Goodness. That's horrific. He killed her and dismembered her body. And we thought maybe the baby we found is what he pulled out from inside of her. Don't misunderstand me, this is all speculation on top of more speculation here. But I, for one, never believed that man would just take in a baby he found under a bridge. I'm feeling sick. Stay strong, ma'am. I know this is hard to hear. Like I said, don't take that to be the full truth. We were running on speculation back then. Now that this whole resurrection magic has come into play, we should consider the possibility it was his child, and that maybe he was trying to revive whoever the mother might have been. It's just a theory, but my life would be a tad easier if it were true. That's an interesting thought. If there's anyone Nejima would want to resurrect, a deceased wife is as good a guess as any. The fact that he obtained a curse stone suggests that he has an interest in the rite of resurrection. Damn, you're right. And here I was thinking that he was only after the curse's power to massacre. Chief Inspector. Yeah. What happened to the child? Without a birth registration on file, the best we could do was find the girl some suitable foster parents. It was decided to keep the circumstances secret for the sake of the child's future. Well, I'm glad she was taken care of. Shit's getting convoluted. Don't mean to derail the conversation, but there's still more written in Iwai's journal. We know Iwai had managed to obtain the grimoire thanks to the evidence he got from his idol, Nejima, while in prison. After conducting research and gathering more information, he determined he had a chance to get rich quick. Right, he thought he could make some money if he could successfully use rejuvenation magic. Correct. Turns out someone gave him the idea. And get this. It is Hihaku Soaps! It was the one and only queen and chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps herself, Natsue Yamamori. Wait, the chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps? So that's where this leads. Here, let me read what he wrote. The Queen of Hihaku has a strange fear of getting old. Her fear of death is even worse. If she does die, she wishes to be revived, and she will spend whatever it takes to preserve her beauty. Magic rituals and rites, she'll use whatever means necessary. Her tenacity is unbelievable. She was apparently investing money into any research on resurrection, the restoration of youth, and the like. So she would even throw her money at the occult. The places greed will take you. Well then, that brings us to, that kind of sounds a lot like the foot washing mansion curse with that female Onmyoji who was so vain, and then she lost her life to Seimon. That brings us to Hideaki Araishi. She presumably funded his research into the rite of resurrection as well. And that's what it all points towards. I wouldn't be surprised if the Witch of Hihaku pounced at the rumors of the rite of resurrection. It's starting to sound likely. It might also be why she's spreading the rumor about having godly powers. It's a convenient cover for if she becomes young again. Godly powers? What's that all about? Ah, you can ignore that. Either way, I think Iwai took the payments he was getting for his research to seduce a family into taking him in to keep a low profile. The Shuichi family, Michiyo and her mother Toshiko, were just his unlucky marks. And this is where you get involved. Are you feeling steady, ma'am? Huh? This has something to do with me? No. You can't mean. You've realized then. Perhaps. His living sacrifice was... Oh, crap. Kankichiro Iwai's living sacrifice was a child. That's exactly it. Iwai moved in with the Shuichis to practice his magic. And he made Michiyo kidnap Harue's son. No, that's too silly. I don't know if it's silly, but that's too... He needed a sacrifice to perform his youth restoration spell, but that meant extracting the life force from someone young. Oh, no, of course. That awful man. So it was Iwai. This man. Iwai worshipped Najima, so he must have also despised Najima's detractors. Not to mention, he was captured and sent to jail once before. Surely he had a bone to pick with the police. So when he realized he had the chance to both avenge Najima, embarrass the police, and acquire a living sacrifice at the same time? Fuck. You got it. Iwai kidnapped Haruo Shigima's son and managed to score 3 birds with 1 stone. Oh, like, to take revenge on her, make the police look bad. Yeah. Oh, crap, yeah. You're telling me then that horrid man, he never had any intention of returning my child. I thought there might have been a reason why the kidnapper seemed to be mocking the police. He never wanted money. His aim was to humiliate the force. It all makes sense. He must have used Michiyo to lower your boy's defenses, and then kidnapped him on his way back home. That man, he took Shuichi. Oh yeah, this is a lot. Ma'am, please calm down. I understand, but you must remember to breathe. You don't understand. You have absolutely no idea what I'm going through. This isn't a joke. I wouldn't expect the police to understand. You'll never understand. Living sacrifices. What a stupid idea from a stupid little man. Okay, ma'am. Just take a moment to breathe. Why don't we get some fresh air? I can't believe this. This is... Oh. Yeah, that's fucked up. Chief, I think it's best we take our leave. Now that's fucked up to know that there was nothing you could have done. But before we go, there's one more important piece of information noted in his journal. Oh? Iwai got in contact with Najima last year, after Najima was released on parole. He provided him with accommodation and financial support. Is that so? He managed to find a hideout for Najima to stay in. Damn it. If anything, rather than use his money to support the Shuraishis, it seems most went to Najima instead. If Najima's lurking around anywhere at the moment, it's probably in that hideout. Did he write where it is? Unfortunately, no, not that I can tell. But it seems Michiyo knew where it was. She never met with Najima in person, but she was made to go in and clean up, among other things. What good is that information? The girl's already dead. So find her diary. Wait, no. She's alive. That's right. Michiyo Shiraishi is alive. If you can find her and get her to talk, you can get her to spill the beans on his hideout too. Investigator, I'm asking you. I should be going. The lady's not well. This is getting convoluted as hell. Kankichiro once made a living by placing advertisements in magazines to sell phony magic items and good luck charms. He held a nostalgic yearning for the post-war era when things and people were simple and has nothing but negative things to say about the rapidly developing ostentatious world of late. Radical in his belief that it would be better to tear down society and start over again, Kankichiro was discontent with his life spent poking around in society's cesspools to make a few coins. When the Najima murders were widely reported in the media, it had a great impact on Kankichiro, as he witnessed how a single act by a single man could cause a major rift in society. Perceiving Fumichika Najima as a great hero, he began collecting every piece of information he could find on the man. Kankichiro was later arrested for his illegal business practices, and a chance meeting with Fumichika during his incarceration solidified his idolization. He was captivated by Fumichika's talk of black magic, and, following his release, acquired the grimoire Fumichika had hidden away. As for Toshiko Shiraichi, Kankichiro set his sights on her after encountering her at a part-time job. When he learned that the Shiraishi family was in financial trouble and could not afford to send Michiyo to college, he turned on the charm and took advantage of their weakness by offering them money. He revealed his true colors, however, after moving in with the family, and used violence and money to keep Toshiko and Michiyo under his thumb. All the while, his belief in black magic deepened, and he found a sponsor in the Hihaku Corporation. Kankichiro forced the Shiraishi family to perform various rituals, with any attempts to resist being met with merciless beatings. The mother and daughter were helpless to resist. After Hihaku offered Kankichiro great sums to intensify his work with black magic, he set his mind to sacrificing a child in order to perform a youth restoration spell. For this purpose, he chose Shuichi Shigima, the son of Haruo Shigima, against whom Fumichika held a grudge. He attempted to enlist Michiyo so as not to alarm the boy, and when she resisted, beat her mother 20 times. With Michiyo's assistance, Kankichiro kidnapped Shuichi and locked him up in the Shiraishi house, and told the young and courageous boy that he'd killed Michiyo if he tried to run. Oh god, so Fumichika wanted revenge on Haruo because she found the hand. While his actions were motivated by a personal grudge against the police, it was first and foremost an attempt to create a societal uproar and breakdown in public order. So Kankichiro painted the crime as a regular kidnapping, demanding ransom from the family. However, because of an embargo on the press, the kidnapping did not cause a public outcry akin to that of the Najima murders. Infuriated, Kankichiro had Toshiko perform the sacrifice ritual by threatening to kill Michiyo if she refused. Toshiko killed Shuichi in his sleep, but the spell failed, for which Kankichiro blamed her. Warning Michiyo to keep silent about the murder to avoid incriminating her mother, Kankichiro dumped the boy's body in a nearby river. The tiny corpse was found a week later in the Sumida River after floating through several canals in Honjo. Having drifted for days in the polluted waters, little evidence remained. Although Kankichiro performed no further sacrifices, his devotion to black magic only increased. Toshiko and Michiyo spent their days consumed by guilt, forced to continue serving Kankichiro until the day he died. That's heavy shit. Are you feeling better now that we've gotten some fresh air, ma'am? I'm fine. Suddenly finding out who the kidnapper was really made me lose my wits. We managed to solve the kidnapping case by pure luck here. You're right. But Richter, I feel grateful towards Michiyo. Because she killed the kidnapper? There's that too. But it's for something else. If Michiyo is the one killing all these people, then she must have acquired quite a sizable amount by now. Soul dregs, I mean. Hey, Richter. Whether the kidnapper's dead or alive, it doesn't mean a thing. Revenge won't bring my boy back. And if Najima is planning to cause a massacre to collect soul dregs, then all the better. I won't give up on resurrection. Wow. So, I'm counting on you. Oh. Oh, wow. Heavy shit. In further news, today the body of an adult male was discovered in the residence of one Toshiko Shiraishi's around noon. The man, identified as Kankichiro Iwai, is said to have been in a relationship with Toshiko. He was unemployed at the time of his death. While further investigations are still underway, it's suspected that his death is connected to the recent serial killings in Honjo. Evidence on the scene may also implicate Mr. Iwai in the unsolved child abduction and murder case from last year. Well, ma'am, it seems like we've managed to settle one part of the kidnapping case for now. Let's begin discussing our next steps. Right. Judging by the official announcement, it seems what Iwai wrote is likely true. With both the kidnapper and his young accomplice dead, the police should be able to handle the rest. Now that it's over, I can't help but think how pitiful it all is. We never would have known a thing had we not found his journal. Carelessness is what usually leads to crimes like these being exposed. It was pretty much the same with the Najima murders. But stumbling across the answer by pure chance really makes you think. It makes my skin crawl to think of how many cases like this are left undiscovered. Me too. It's certainly disturbing. Well, with the kidnapping case all wrapped up, We can focus our efforts on obtaining the right of resurrection, yes? Indeed. I'm counting on you. Alright, let's reassess this curse situation. Right. I must admit, I never expected the police to be so on top of things. The Chief Inspector, Tetsuo Tsutsumi, provided us a good wealth of information. I'm surprised he knew so much about the curse bearers. Do you think they noticed I'm one of them? I'm pretty sure Ario didn't. The Chief Inspector, on the other hand, we'll have to be careful around him. But if he had suspected anything, I'm sure he would have detained us. We should stay vigilant moving forward. Agreed. Even if we steal a curse stone, you may not be able to successfully perform the rite unless you're a curse bearer yourself. Would you be okay with hanging on to the stone from now on? Of course. Just don't use it though, okay? Alright. If what we've heard is true, there are just 3 curse bearers left to be discovered. There's the Whispering Canal, the Beckoning Light, and the Taiko of Tsuguru left to investigate. It may benefit us to visit the places connected to these stories a few times. I see. I'm still highly suspicious of the people at Hihaku Soaps. They could be the ones pulling the strings. That Takumi Yumioka fella is probably aware of the curse bearers we're searching for. Tracking his movement may prove to be useful. You want to follow him? If we were to follow anyone, he'd be my first choice, but damn it, times like this really have me wishing I had more personnel. I imagine it's tough working on your own. It's the blight of running a small business. I'm always on the hunt for a skilled assistant. And then there's Nejima, who appears to be a curse bearer too. The one-sided reed, I think it was. If we want to look for someone that's likely to gather a whole lot of soul dregs, well, look no further. He did say he would unleash his curse on a large number of people at nightfall. If he gets the chance to, if the Chief Inspector manages to track down Michiyo, then, well... But why did you tell the Chief Inspector about the safe house? If he hadn't had that lead... It was written in Iwai's memoirs. It was just a matter of time till he found out. Besides, we're talking about a massacre here. I can't just turn a blind eye. How different is it from any other curse bearer collecting soul dregs? Well, if we're talking Nejima, it could be a lot more dangerous. We'll just keep a close eye on Nejima and the cops. What about that girl from before, Ayame Tono? Do you think she could be a curse bearer? Well, there's a chance she could have gone and stolen someone else's curse stone by now. That's possible too, but... We haven't been to Midoricho Park yet, the place connected to the Taiko Tsuguru. Ah, right. That's close to where she lives. What if she was a curse bearer this entire time? She could have lied. It's possible. It would make her a brilliant actress to boot. The idea's got me itching to investigate her again. That place is rather suspicious. If only we could run into someone there. Richter. Yes? That's right. Would you mind if we make a stop on our way? We can make it quick. I apologize for the diversion, but I'd like to visit a candy store if possible. Huh? I suppose I don't mind. Did I miss something? Go get some candy? Then shall we depart? From this part on, you will be given the option to finish investigation, which will allow you to immediately end this part. From there, you can continue on to the next part. You may also come back and restart this section from the point which you left off. And we can go to the candy shop. Ah, there it is. Senoya. The children seem pretty fond of this place. It looks comparatively new. They must have had renovations done not long ago. Apparently, Richter likes to visit the local candy shop in every district he visits. I figured once you've seen one, you've seen them all, but in reality, each one has its own unique displays and colors to match the locale. It kind of irks me that we stopped here simply for the sake of entertainment. But I suppose he needs time like this to relax and recenter his mind. He works so vigorously every day. There are some vending machines. You can buy canned juice for 100 yen. These days, vending machines sell a lot of things besides juice, too. Bird. Whoa, no. The way he turned. Oh. Jeez, you made me jump. It's Mockingbird number 14. Falcon Man. This guy's a real speed demon. Oh, is that right? It's kind of scary how you even know the exact number with just a simple glance. Getting close. How many more we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. So I got half of them. The shop's close to the park, so children have been coming and going without pause. Places like this candy shop have been slowly disappearing from the street view recently. He's up in front with the kids to participate in the raffle. It's weird seeing an adult his age enjoying himself so much at a candy store. Oh, it seems he didn't win anything. He's pouting so hard even the kids are laughing at him. What the fuck, sir? Oh wait, he's gonna win it again. I wanted to see his face one more time. Look at his smile. He must have won something. Oh, nice. Holy crap. This one is super rare. It's Fairfeather. Of course. The coolest peacock in town. Oh, so it is. That's a pretty big win, huh? Oh, wow. That's a nice one. Okay, seriously, dude. Cacophony. He's a nihilist, but he gets the job done. Oh, well, you seem pretty happy. Wow. What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh. Now what? Can we go in? $11. the bitch. Hey, that lady over there. That's Aomi Tono. She seems to be trying to hide. Yo. Alright, I'll be right back. Ah, he's gone. I suppose he really wanted to talk with her. Really? Oh, there he is. Does he need to jump out and surprise her from behind? Huh. Does he mean to intimidate her? She noticed. I guess his purpose was to talk with her after all. I wonder what they're talking about. She doesn't look like she's planning to run. Oh, they're coming here. Director is weird. Here she is. What do you think? Smooth work by the master, hmm? Yes, very smooth. Hello, thank you so much for yesterday. I know this is sudden, but I'm actually being pursued right now. Pursued? By who? I think it's the police. Would you be willing to provide me shelter? From the police? I figure we could hear her out and see what kind of mess she's gotten herself in. Don't make it sound like I'm some kind of criminal, please. So, why are you being chased? The police have my apartment. The police have my apartment staked out, so I haven't been able to return home. I heard them say something about wanting to protect me, but something didn't feel right, and I got scared. Do you have any idea why they're after you? Well, I have been searching for the curses, so we shouldn't trouble ourselves with hiding you if they're after you for a good reason. Huh? How cruel. But this handsome investigator wouldn't turn me in so easily, would you? It's unfortunate, but we've got reason not to get involved with the police ourselves. What shady reasoning? But if you've got some murky secret to hide, we might as well cooperate with each other, no? Tell me why. Okay, fine. Anyway, how are your plans to resurrect Hosukai going? Hosukai going. That's right, she's a fangirl. Fortunately, that's been going quite well. Oh? Does that mean you found someone to steal a curse stone from? Not exactly, but I found out a kind of last resort, which is why I can't let the police get me. What do you mean by last resort? You're really asking me that? It doesn't concern you at all. Why should I tell you? What if we make a deal? In exchange for keeping you hidden from the police, you'll tell us about your last resort. Huh? Is that what got you interested? Oh, I've got it. You're meaning to steal it for yourself. Not at all, I'm just curious. That excuse will just not do. I don't need you to. I'll find a way to stay safe on my own. That was a close one. I should have known the only one you can count on in this world is yourself. And there she goes. Shit. We can't let her get away. Let's go after her. Knock her out! Stop it. Get any closer and I'll scream. Please wait. We'll help you out with no conditions. Well, you changed your mind quick. That just makes you even more suspicious. That just makes you all the more suspicious. I mean, it kind of does. I tried my best, but I couldn't convince her to stay. Could it be you don't know how to handle a girl like that? Since she's looking for a safe haven, would you mind me sharing your address with her? Just in case. Well, it doesn't really bother me, but you do recognize there are police officers in my close family? At least it'll allow us a way to keep in contact, no matter how small. Richter seemed to be a little nervous when Ayame Tono was mentioned. Or was I just imagining it? I can't help but feel oddly irritated around that girl, Ayame Tono. She puts on an innocent front, but she seems to be hiding something. Ayame Tono says her plans for the Rite of Resurrection may be achievable through this last resort. Does that mean she's given up on her plan to steal a curse stone? Richter? You know, I have one as well. A last resort. You do? Even if we don't steal another curse stone, I already have my own. If it becomes necessary, I am prepared to use it. So you think it might be possible that she has one of her own too? But that she despises the idea of using it to kill others, so instead she needs to steal the curse stone with soul dregs already in it? Doesn't contradict anything we know. She lives nearby, which means she might have the Taiko of Tsugaru curse, blah blah blah. The Taiko of Tsugaru curse stone. We still don't know much about that one. Richter, that last resort Ayame spoke of, it could be our chance. We can use her. I hear you loud and clear. It's likely Ayame Tono is a curse bearer. Doesn't seem like anyone's been here for quite some time. I wonder if it's one of the factories that got shut down when they tightened up regulations. I was out here last night looking for the curse bearer connected with the beckoning light too. Did you see anything? Afraid not, but they gotta be out here somewhere. Oh shit. Richter, what do you think that is? Oh? I don't see anything. Really? You don't see that? A thing that looks like a phantom ball of flame floating in the air? A ball of flame? It must be a curse echo. Maybe only the curse bearers are able of seeing it. But could such a thing happen in broad daylight? It's gone. I wonder if it was the beckoning light's curse echo. That phantom flame you saw might have been a manifestation of the lantern. In that case, does that mean a curse bearer is nearby? A curse bearer might be lurking in the vicinity. I'm going to check the surroundings. Oh, there he goes. Nothing. I didn't find anyone who looked the part. I see. I doubt something happened around here, but something might have changed in the area. Keep your eyes peeled. Something might have changed. Did something draw your interest? No worries here. I made sure to take a quick shower this morning. Okay. The area was closed off to the public this morning after his body was found, but the police quickly managed to complete their investigation and reopen the park as if nothing ever happened. The people in the area are shockingly calm considering what happened here. You'd think they'd be put off knowing there was a dead body here just this morning. From what I heard, it happened right about where you're standing now. Ew! Would you look at that? That's a pretty unique looking playground. Did it catch your eye? Perhaps. Now's not the time though. But it did get you interested. Does he want to play on it? Go play, Richter. They made it quite the challenge. To pass through it, you'd have to go underneath there. He definitely wants to play on it. Richter, play on it. You can go take a look if you're that interested. His face! Alright, I'll go check it out just to make sure. Yes, play on it. You didn't have to think long about that. What's that? Ooh, a clue? I found a mockingbird under the playground equipment. Damn, talk about lucky. This is number 19, Benny Prattle. Oh, jeez. We're gathering them up fast. In case you're wondering, I have a walkthrough. It's a spoiler-free one though, so it just says like, hey, do this thing. I thought he was gonna play on the playground. Playgrounds always get me all fired up. So it's like, do this, because there is no way. Alright. There are still things that I try and do on my own. Let's take a call. Can we make a call? A telephone booth. It doesn't look out of the ordinary to me. Look at it. What about those ghost children? Nothing? Nothing. A bunch of kids gathered around Richter to poke fun at his clothing. It seems like kids come running for him wherever we go. Not all too surprising with his attire. He hasn't complained about it though. I wonder if he's got a soft spot for kids. He is a kid at heart. This place is associated with the Whispering Canal. The canal must be connected to the man who was found drowned in the park. Agreed. Wasn't the victim a Heihaku Soap's employee? That's right. His name was Shogo Okie. Considering his occupation, he probably came here in search of a curse stone. If people in the company know about the rite, it only makes sense they'd be looking for curse stones. You think the chairwoman and Takumi would send their regular employees out to hunt for the stones? If that's the case, perhaps that Shogo died trying to take a stone from someone else. Either that, or he was killed precisely because he was a cursed bearer with the cursed stone. I suppose so, but considering the location, wouldn't that mean the curse used was the Whispering Canal? Good point. That would mean Shogo Okie wasn't the wielder of the Whispering Canal curse himself, but he was, right? Wait, why is it... Hold on a second. Didn't we have that? It's weird. Could he have had the beckoning light or even the taiko of Tsugaru? I was here last night and there weren't any dead bodies then. It's highly possible he was brought here by from somewhere else. If that's the case, the wielder of the Whispering Canal had already collected his stone. Ma'am, excuse me, but there's one more thing I'd like to try. The playground again? Oh, be my guest. Playground? Ah, I found some nice treasure to boot this time. I'm happy for you. Okay, no playground, I guess. Shogo Okie is the name of the person who died here. It's hard to believe he was here by chance, only to end up murdered with a curse. Given his ties to Hihaku, we can assume he was aware of the situation and somehow involved with these curses. Finish the investigation. Next is... standing by. At the Shuichi home, Tsutsumi and Ario learn the truth about many things, including the death of Kankichiro Iwai. They hurry to the high school after learning that Michiyo Shiraishi knew the whereabouts of Nejima's hideout. Boss. I just talked to the Sumida police. Oh, what now? They found an abandoned van in the Chiba Mountains that looked like it had been in an accident. They couldn't lift any fingerprints from it, but they found blood splatters on the front. And guess what? The blood is a perfect match for Michiyo's. Oh ho! So it must be the van that hit Michiyo. You got it. It's all thanks to Yoshimi that we were able to find that out. The license plate had been removed, though, and they even scraped off the vehicle identification number. It'll take a while to identify the owner. Now they're trying to figure out if the van was sighted anywhere besides the scene of the crime and where it was dumped. Got it. Thanks for the report. By the way, boss, we've confirmed that Michiyo died in a vehicular collision. But are we sure that it really was an accident? Good question. I was wondering the same thing. The damage done by the collision indicates that the driver was traveling at a considerable speed, but there were no brake marks to be found. Exactly, which suggests that they may have been intentionally targeting Michiyo. Then what was the motive, you think? Who would have had a reason to kill Michiyo? The first person that comes to mind is Kankichiro Iwai. After all, she knew about his crimes. But then, Iwai was supposedly able to control Michiyo by intimidation alone. There's also that teacher who was taking advantage of Michiyo, Kohei Junouchi. But to say he killed her to stop people from finding out that he was blackmailing her doesn't seem likely somehow. You're right. Though both of them have fallen prey to her curse. That's true. In that case, it's quite possible she'll also decide to exact revenge on the person who ran her over. That's not possible. She may have already done it last night, just like with Iwai. Wait, I think I read that wrong. Did I? Not just possible. Damn it. Hold on. Basically gotta try and get my mouth back in order, I guess. Is there anything else that could have served as a motive? The talisman, maybe? The one Yoshimi was looking for? Oh, do you think someone wanted to take it from her? Well, the talisman wasn't found on her remains, nor in her house. But doesn't a hit and run seem like too drastic a measure to go to for a little talisman? Then in the end, it might have just been an unfortunate accident after all. Yeah, it looks that way. Either way, what we need now is a testimony from Michiyo herself. With a bit of luck, we may be able to ask her what happened during the crash ourselves. Yeah, I can't wrap my head around that particular development. I still have my doubts that it'll be so easy. Either way, we won't be able to do this unless Mio and Yako turn up. I'd rather have them come sooner rather than later, but I guess we just have to wait. Shall we head inside? Alright then. We're getting close. We're getting close. Wait, what is he named? I can't see what his name is. Where are you, ducky? Quackitude. Oh, hey, Ario, I want to ask you something. Aye, aye, boss. Jeez, you're an eager beaver. I haven't even said what it is yet. Well, right. Well, what is it then? Can't remember what you had for dinner last night? Looks like that agent over there is having some trouble with his pen. So if you've got a spare, go lend it to him. And for the record, I had Katsudan last night. No need to worry about me going senile just yet. I know I look like a genius, but I didn't think I came across as a type to carry spare pens on my person. You? A genius? You're dreaming. But if his pen just stopped working, he can get it going again with just a bit of nail polish remover. Why is that in flavor text? Nail polish remover? Yeah, you know, what you use to remove nail polish. Never used it before? Do I look like I would've? Don't make me sound crazy for not having used this stuff. I doubt you have either. Oh no, I've used it all right. Did you know that it can remove oil-based ink stains? Which is also why it can be used to fix old dried-up pen nibs. Whatever's in there that removes the ink also doubles as a way to unclog pens. Huh, good to know. Still, wouldn't call you a genius, but it's something. You gotta make sure the remover doesn't mix with the ink though, or it'll ruin it. Doesn't that defeat the purpose? Not to worry, I don't have nail polish remover on me right now anyway. Oh, no problem then. That doesn't fix anything. Long story short, I don't have a spare pen. Jeez, alright, I'll let him know. What the heck? I guess we still can't rule out the possibility that Michiyo did commit suicide. She was so young, and all the adults in her life did was push her around. Where's the dude? It's nice that we got permission to use the school as our base of operations. The principal and head teacher were a little reluctant at first, but they were convinced that it would help the investigation. Dealing with all this must be a real headache for those guys. I should thank him again later. Boss, I thought we were going to wait for Mio in the school. Should we go in there? I guess. Alright, let's go wait inside the school. I'm sure they'll be here any moment. Okay. The Record of Fate's Yen Scroll may contain a way to put a stop to the curse. Yako and Mio head back to Komagata High School to share this information with Tsutsumi. Ain't that interesting? The Record of Fate's Yin Scroll, huh? Well done, you two. That's some good info you got from that teacher. Thank you. Good job, boss. Operation Schoolgirl was a success. Ariel, stop making things sound weird. Anyways, let's share what we found at Michiyo Shiraishi's house. It's pretty gruesome. Yes, please. Yes? Yes. What? A man named Iwai kidnapped sacrifices for black magic? And Michiyo helped with the kidnapping? And Mr. Junouchi used that to blackmail her? Based on the report and looking at the circumstances surrounding the deaths of Junouchi and Iwai, if Michiyo Shiraishi did it, it would make sense. Furthermore, there are signs that Michiyo Shiraishi wanted someone to notice. Huh? Really? The ribbon that was left at the scene of Kohei's death is proof of that. Mio, I'm guessing you knew that already. Yes, ever since this morning. But there's one piece of information I need. But I think we're near her limit. But I think we're near her limit. Okay. So, if we get this Record of Fate's Yin Scroll, we'll be able to dispel the curse? Yes. The source of this curse is a tragic event called the Honjo Incident that dates back to the Edo period. An onmyoji named Seiman Tsuchimikado is said to have recorded a way to deal with the curse. So I think there may be a way to dispel the curse. Right. I'll leave how to approach this to you, Mio. I'll check with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau as well. But please, make finding the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll your top priority. Understood. But how do we go about looking for it? It's possible the descendants of Seiman have inherited it, but I don't think they're aware of its existence. It'd be nice if we had a clan crest or something to go off of. Maybe we'll have to ask Paranormal Affairs. That reminds me, Mio, was the Western black magic used by Iwai and Najima really just an imitation? Huh? Why are you asking me? Oh, boss said that you knew about this sort of thing. Do you not? Well, I mean, I have some knowledge, but how strange. I don't think I've ever told anyone that. It's okay, Mio. No one's judging you. Right, but it still feels a little weird. So, what's your opinion on it as someone familiar with Western black magic? If I could have a look at their grimoire, I could be sure. But based on their methods, I'd say they imitated black magic popular around 300 years ago. It's notable because they purposely required living sacrifices to make it difficult to disprove its authenticity. Wow, you know so much. I'm impressed. It totally matches with the vibe you've got going on. What do you mean by that? Don't worry, have some confidence. Right. Thanks, I guess. If black magic is just an imitation, then we probably don't have to worry about it. I'm just glad things aren't getting even more confusing than they already are. Oh, right, about the mastermind. I had an idea. Huh? What is it? This is about the chairwoman of Hihaku Soaps, isn't it? You mentioned her when you were telling us about that Iwai person. Yep. Whether the goal is to restore youth or to resurrect someone, she's got her hands all over this. She has money too. It would also match Hideki Araishi's account of a woman's voice. An evil business lady with supernatural powers. Classic setting. If only we could confirm those powers of hers were actually real. We'll need to keep an eye on her. I'll tell HQ to look into her. Now then, if we're nearing the limit, I'll stop beating around the bush. Time to tell it to you straight. Yako Sakazaki? What? Me? Yes? Take out your curse stone and give it to Miyo. My curse stone? It's just been in my pocket all this time. Thanks. I'm going to borrow it for a second. Well? Yes. There are soul drakes inside after all. What? How did this happen? I didn't do anything. I swear. You have to believe me. It's okay. We know. Yako, calm down and listen to what I'm about to tell you. But... There's no mistake that Junouchi and Iwai were killed by that curse stone. But the one who committed the act is... the ghost of Michiyo Shiraishi that is inside you, Yako Sakazaki. What? What? Inside me? What? What do you mean? It's okay, Yako. Please calm down and listen. You've been possessed, Yako. By Michiyo's ghost. What? It probably happened when you were offering flowers at the site of the accident. Filled with regret, her lingering ghost reacted to the presence of her old friend and entered you, Yako. No way. You mean Michiyo's ghost is inside me? I've explained this once before, but just because you've been possessed doesn't mean that you lose control of yourself. Normally, the mind will reject such attempts, and it'll do nothing more than affect one's mood or energy levels. But Michiyo had powerful spirit sense to begin with. And because she was your friend, your mind was open to accepting Michiyo's spirit. So for those reasons, your minds merged without any issue. It's going to be difficult to separate her from you at this point, which also means it will be difficult to guide her spirit to the afterlife. No way, we've merged. Michiyo's minds are... But I don't feel different at all. I mean, I'm me, I think. That's because after she merged with you,
Michiyo started to believe she was you as well. As a ghost possessing you, she's not fully conscious, only really a jumble of vague memories. Still, there are traces of her consciousness and memories as Michiyo Shuichi. You have been acting a little different from usual. You would also sometimes react when coming into contact with things with a powerful influence.
Really?
That having been said, if you don't have a proper understanding of the regrets Michiyo Shuichi had when she died, and why, it will be difficult to separate her from you. That's why I didn't say anything. I'm sorry. If I carelessly provoked her ghost, it could have risked causing her to dig even deeper into your mind.
Oh no.
When we mentioned limits earlier, we mean that by letting things proceed like this, there's a possibility that you will join completely, making it impossible to separate her ghost from you. If that happens, you will never be able to tell which of your thoughts belong to her and which belong to you.
What? That's so scary. You mean I won't be myself anymore? But if it's Michiyo, then maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Well, I don't know. What should I do? But it was actually Michiyo who used the curse stone while I was unaware, wasn't it? Doesn't that mean her ghost has already taken over my body? Well, about that, I think that's probably the effect of the curse amplifying murderous impulse and the influence of the Feast of Shadows. While you were sleeping, the ghost's powers were boosted. And strengthened by the feast, Michiyo's consciousness surfaced and took control of your body. Then that means I was the one who killed them. I cursed them both. Yako, no. You were being controlled. Right, Inspector? Yeah, that's right. It's likely she'd be recognized as not being responsible for the crime due to the possession. It's not something you can control. No need to worry about that.
No,
you're wrong. I wanted to kill them too. Those feelings must have come out. It's not only Michiyo's fault. I mean, when I learned that Michiyo didn't commit suicide, I wish that all the cruel adults around me would just die. I had the curse stone with me, and I wanted to get revenge for Michiyo if the chance came. That's how I felt.
Yako.
Because Michiyo wasn't able to escape her terrible situation. It was so hard. It wouldn't be unusual for someone to take their own life. And I had this curse stone. I made Michiyo get revenge all by herself. Michiyo tried so hard to keep on living in silence, and I treated those feelings like they were worthless. I should have done it myself right away. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Michiyo. That's why I killed them. Oh, hi, Michiyo. What's up with you? You've had me worried sick since you haven't been coming to school lately. It feels like it's been forever. I'm glad you seem to be doing good. Yeah, sorry. And I'm sorry I didn't tell you why. I've always regretted it. Aw, come on. You're acting like we aren't buds. You tell me if anyone is making you sad, and I'll take care of them. Thanks, Yako. Actually, I'm here because there's something I wanted to tell you. Really? What's the matter? You can tell me anything. Well, the truth is,
I did something unforgivable to an innocent man. Saying that I was forced to and didn't have a choice doesn't undo it. I'm sorry. I feel so guilty. What? I've done so much I can't take back, all because I was weak. There's no escaping the hell that I've created for myself. I couldn't handle it anymore. I just started thinking about killing him and dying myself. Neither of us deserve to live in this world. What? But something went wrong, and that's why I died with regrets. But thanks to you, I finished what I wanted to do. Thank you, and I'm sorry for dragging you into this. What? Wait, you don't need to apologize? It's only now that I realize, and I know how selfish it is. But I hope you remember the time we spent together as friends, and how we were able to be together at the end. Please, don't forget me. Huh? No, Michiyo, wait! Huh? Are you awake? Do you feel okay? I'm sorry I had to spring that all on you, Yako. What? Is this... Are we in the classroom? Was I dreaming? I'm sorry to rush this along while you're still gathering your feelings, but we need to hear what Michiyo Shuichi has to say, now. Right. And so, after considering what to do, is it true that Michiyo's consciousness has mixed with yours? Oh, it is true. But if I summoned her ghost, we may be able to establish some communication. Oh, I understand. So, you thought to use the spirit board again? Yep, I have a hunch. I think the spirit we called last time may have actually been Michiyo herself. Really? You think? And that her spirit has been close to you ever since then? Then let's do it. I think we should. And I want to hear from her. Very well. I have no idea if this will work during the daytime, but let's give it a try. Are you ready? Yeah, I'm ready.
It's like that is intense.
Okay, here we go. Do you remember how to do it? Place your finger on the 10-yen coin. Right, like this. Good. Now do as I do. O Spectre of the Spirit Board, please visit us. O Spectre of the Spirit Board, please visit us. Please tell us if you are here. It's here. Now, is it the spirit of Michiyo? Yako, would you ask the spirit? All right. O Spectre of the Spirit Board, are you the spirit of Michiyo Shuichi? It said yes. Don't be so sure. Some spirits are likely to play tricks. Can you try asking it a question only Michiyo would know the answer to? A question only Michiyo would know the answer to. Let's see then. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, how much did the ribbon I bought with Michiyo cost? $490 yen. That's right. It seems we have the right spirit. Okay, can I have you ask her a question? Okay, what do you want me to ask her? I want you to ask about the location of Fumichika Najima's hideout, and the location of the talisman as well. Okay. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, please tell me the location of Fumichika Najima's hideout. Please, terrible things will happen if he isn't captured soon. I'm sure it's painful to try and remember, but you're the only one who can help us, Michiyo. Please. It moved. This is an address. She's giving us the address. Amazing. Thank you, Michiyo. Well, open your eyes and look at it. Okay, I have the address. Thank you.
All right, Ario. Get a move on and check out that address. Yes, sir. I'll contact HQ and order a simultaneous house search and sweep of the area.
I just hope the information is accurate. I know it is. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, do you know where the talisman that you had is? She does know. I wonder if we can find a way to narrow it down. I'll try asking. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, did you carry around the talisman with you at all times? So she did carry it with her. Then, did you have it with you when you had your accident? Huh? She had it with her. But there was nothing resembling a talisman in the articles left behind at the scene.
So that means someone took it with them and ran off with it before the scene was investigated?
But who would do that? This would mean someone knew Michiyo had died before the police did.
The first person to discover and report it was the caretaker of an apartment building next door. Should we check with them?
Let's see. The other possibility I can think of is the perpetrator of the hit and run. But it was a hit and run. Wouldn't they have run away? It might be possible they came back, driven by fear or something else.
Even so, they didn't report it and went through her belongings. But to only take the talisman seems hard to believe. Unless they were after the talisman from the beginning. The very beginning.
How likely is that? If the talisman really is so special.
Ariel mentioned the same thing, but to run someone over just takes something from them? It's possible that they picked up the talisman after hitting her for no particular reason.
Either way, if it really was a hit and run, then I hope they get caught. It's possible she remembers something after seeing that picture of the car. Then, shall we try asking? I'll try. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board, do you know who was behind the hit and run? She says she knows. That's a relief. If she hadn't known. Huh? In order for Michiyo's spirit to find peace, we need as much detailed information about what happened as possible. We can't send her off to the afterlife if we don't know what happened when she died. This isn't like a forced exorcism. Huh, so that's what it'll take. Alright, I'll try asking. The Spectre of the Spirit Board, who was the one who ran you over? I hope she knows the name. I wonder.
Yep, she knows it.
Namigaki? Namigaki?
What? You mean Yutaro Namigaki? You two know him?
We talked with him after we left the cafe. He used to be a curse bearer, right? I see. So that's why Yako had that reaction when she saw him. What? Come to think of it, that guy said he wanted to talk about Michiyo.
What the hell is he planning to do without his curse stone?
He said he'd be waiting near Ryogoku Bridge.
Got it. I'll join you there once we're done.
He's the bastard who killed Michiyo? Yako? This should be enough information. We can release Michiyo from her suffering now. Let's do it. All right. Oh, Spectre of the Spirit Board. No. Michiyo. Thank you. You helped us. You know, I'm so sorry I didn't know about it all. Your family, the kidnapping, Mr. Jonouchi. I'm so sorry. It must have been so hard. Not that I could understand, but I'm sure it was so hard. I mean, of course you would want revenge. I wanted it too. We've all done things we wish we could take back. But I'm glad that I at least know the truth. Yako. There's so much I want to say, but that's enough. Let me just ask you one last thing. Someday, can we hang out again? You mean it? Okay, it's a promise. Have you asked everything you wanted? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to guide Michiyo's spirit now. Yeah, it's time to say goodbye. Michiyo, with this, I'll finally be able to free you. Hey, Yako? Yeah? You never accepted the idea that Michiyo took her own life. I'm glad you never stopped trying to find the truth. Yeah. You're right. Even though I didn't realize just how hard things were for her. Mio? Sorry. It's just Michiyo. She was taken advantage of by so many of the adults around her. She put up with so much. I should have tried to talk with her more. I know how you feel. Thanks, Mio. It hurts thinking about all the things I could have done. Why did this have to happen to someone so kind and hardworking? It feels like she was ill-fated to the very end. It's just too cruel. But even then, she didn't even tell me about this stuff. And she let herself worry more about revenge than living. I'm mad at her for that. Sure, I should have noticed something was wrong, but come on. What was she thinking? Seriously. I mean, seriously. Am I really that unreliable? Of course I'd help you get your revenge, you idiot. I don't care how you had changed or whatever. I just wanted you to live. Yako. I'll take responsibility for what's been done. But one day, if we meet on the other side, I'm gonna have to give her a good punch. Then I'll tell her that she's the real fool's possession, or something. The real fool's procession. Then we'll hang out like always. That sounds like fun. Alright, I'm sending her off, okay? Oh, wait! Look, the coin. It moved to no all on its own. You're right. When did it do that? It seems she still has something keeping her here. Go. Do you have any idea about what Michiyo wants? Me? Oh! Please, don't forget me. I think she told me that she didn't want me to forget. I see. Then... Michiyo, if you can hear my voice, let your feelings that you won't ever forget her be known. Show it through an action. What? Do something that shows you won't forget. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Saving the game shows that you won't forget. I thought it was just in the guide. I thought it was just basically saying like, hey, save your game because you might have to come back to this point, but no. That's sweet. Though, I don't really want you to punch me, so live a long life, okay? I'll see you later. Are you feeling all right? Yeah, I'm fine. Actually, I feel a lot better. I guess I really wasn't feeling like myself recently. It was like there was a part of me that I had no control of or something. Yeah, I think you're back to your normal self now. I'm glad there weren't any problems. I wonder if Michiyo was able to find peace. I know she did. You don't have to worry about that. It seems that her regret was not being able to tell you what was going on and growing apart from you. Well, I guess I can forgive her for that. But there's still something bothering me. Really? Yeah. I wonder what this feeling is. It's like there's a piece of her that hasn't left yet. It may be an after effect. Maybe because you gave your stone to Chief Inspector Tsutsumi?
Doubt it. Having a cursed stone shouldn't have any effect on your body.
But dealing with 4 curses sounds like a lot of stress. Good work, Chief.
Someone's like a completely different person all of a sudden. But are you really sure about this? Having us arrest you once this is all over?
What?
You might be able to get your case treated as just an accident.
Yako, what the hell? It's fine. Treat me the same as someone who used a curse stone to kill someone. If anything, I should be thanking you for letting me go free until all this is all over. So thanks, Chief. The hell? Yako, no, just let it go.
Too noble. Whoa, you didn't say anything about bringing the police. Sorry, but we don't have time to care about what you have to say about us. What business do you have with this girl now that you've lost your curse stone? I'll tell tell you this for free. I have her curse stone already. Mockingbird 11. Crane stem.
We should let him take care of this.
This is the bastard who ran over Michiyo and drove away?
That's true. Then why does he...
Well, leave this to me, okay?
No, I want to get...
How could you just do that? What is that big thing back there? Anyway. I don't have any ill intentions. I wanted to tell you that. I want to help if you intend to resurrect Michiyo Shiraishi. That was my intention from the beginning when I received my curse stone. And that's why I took your curse stone. Man can't be too careful. Besides, what connection do you have to Michiyo Shiraishi? He's playing dumb. We, met once. I was so sad to hear the news of her death the other day. Uh-huh. Met once. I see. Well, I'm sure it must have been painful for you, but... Do you think bringing back the dead will erase the fact that you hit her with your car? What? I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about. Yutaro is visibly shaken. That must mean there's some reason he doesn't want the cops around. If you don't know, I'll tell you, and you'll let me ask some questions in return. Did you just get your license recently, We found a van with bloodstains on it, you see. It's only a matter of time before we find who the owner is. What's that supposed to mean? Why don't you tell me a little bit more about your relationship with Michiyo Shiraishi? Not only that, you killed someone with your curse stone, didn't you? Stop. Stay away from me. Damn it. Okay, I give up. It's all over for me. Afterwards, Yutaro Namigaki gave his confession. He admitted that he was behind the wheel of the van that hit Michiyo Shiraishi. He explained that he was speeding in order to impress a girl he had in the car with him. After hitting the schoolgirl, he drove away and planned to wash the car in secret to destroy the evidence. But he became nervous and went back to the scene of the crime at the urging of his passenger. When they returned to the scene, the female passenger went to check the victim alone while he sat panicking in the car. When she returned, she told him people were unlikely to assume a hit and run, as it looked similar to a suicide by jumping from height. Afterwards, the pair parted ways, and Yutaro dumped the vehicle deep in the woods under the cover of night. The two of them decided to keep the accident a secret. The next morning, Michiyo Shiraishi's body was discovered, and luckily for them, her death was ruled a suicide. However, a darkness lingered within his heart. From that day on, the schoolgirl appeared before him covered in blood, her limbs bent and broken, despite him in his dreams every night. Even when awake, he could see a phantom of her corpse in the dark, moaning and cursing him at all times. Troubled by the constant hallucinations, it was only a number of days before he suffered a nervous breakdown. He couldn't bear hiding what he'd done anymore and planned to turn himself in, but was stopped by the passenger from that night.
It was then that he first heard rumors of the rite of resurrection. He thought that if he could resurrect the schoolgirl, that it would be like if the accident never happened. And with that, the darkness enshrouding his heart could be dissipated. From then on, he searched the areas associated with the 7 mysteries of Honjo every night. And he received the curse of the foot-washing mansion as a result.
I see.
That's right. I'm not a bad man. I wanted to turn myself in. It was that girl who tempted me.
Okay. Calm down and listen, son.
If you don't think you've done anything wrong, what would these girls think if they saw you run over that poor girl?
There's something I want to know. Do you know anything about a talisman that Michiyo should have had on her at the time of the accident?
Talisman?
What are you talking about? So you don't know anything.
Oh, that's right. He has the... I know you're lying.
Okay, so he would know.
In that case, what about that woman who was with you? Can you ask her?
Oh, that's right. Everything is her fault in the first place. Well, that may not be exactly wrong. Just riding passenger in a car involved in an involuntary vehicular manslaughter isn't a crime in and of itself. But according to your statement, she neglected her duty to seek aid and instigated you to neglect your duty to report the accident. And if she took an article from the scene, she'd also be charged with theft. Can you tell me who she is? You have no intent of hiding anything anymore, do you?
Yeah, that's right. It's her fault. Do what you want with her. It's time for her to face what she's done. Her name is Ayame Tono. She's an art student I met in town.
What?
Of course it's Ayame Tono.
An art student named Ayame Tono? Whoa. Are you absolutely sure of that?
What point would there be in lying to you now?
What, do you know her or something?
She may look nice, but she's rotten on the inside. I'd like to meet the parents who raised someone like that.
Shut up.
What's wrong, Inspector Tsutsumi? You're drenched in sweat.
No. Wait. Damn it, why? How could this happen? Listen up. I'm taking this one with me down to the station for more questioning. You two go after the record of Fate's Yin Scroll. Got that?
Okay, we will.
Come with me.
Whoa. Let's get going. Yeah. Well, that was a lot. So Harue's son was basically killed for black magic rituals. That's fucked up. Beyond fucked up. And then we've got Namigaki, another fucked up dude, basically wanting to use the rite of resurrection in order to resurrect Michiyo, whom he ran over and killed. And the only reason why he wants to resurrect her is to escape the responsibility, because he knows he can be traced to that, and he was. However, you think, oh, well, he just feels bad about killing her. No. He is worried about getting caught. He doesn't feel bad about killing her. And the reason I think that is because he has no problem with killing people with his curse stone, because he knows that there's no way anybody could link him to that at all. So he's fine with killing people as long as he doesn't get caught. But with Michiyo, he was really, really scared that he would. So yeah. Boo Namigaki.
You suck. And I'm glad you're not here on this background, or are you? No, I don't see you. Oh, I just realized I cut out Mio. Mio, I'm sorry. Let me put her back. I can't. I can't. Oh, wait, yes, I can. There she is. Hi, Mio. Okay. So with that, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Thanks so much for stopping by, and have a great one. Bye, y'all.